Well, we did it, Helldivers. Recruitment for Spreading Democracy is reopening in more than 40 regions. In case you missed it, last year the demand for Helldivers 2 was so high at launch that the CEO opted to disable requiring PSN logins on Steam. And then a few months later, PlayStation wanted it back on. Now this resulted in a firestorm of feedback from the community and such a high volume of downvote reviews that the game's score plummeted on Steam. Ultimately, PlayStation walked back the decision to require it, but the collateral damage was that close to 200 countries lost access to the game overnight. Essentially, if you require a PSN on Steam, those regions that can't make a PSN get locked from playing or buying the game. So it didn't make much sense that they remove the requirement and yet the regions stayed locked. Now the research that I did makes it clear the game publisher is the one that can request a region lock or request that it be removed, so it would be up to PlayStation to lift the lock. Well, it seems like they are. Pulling from N4G.com in an article titled, "Ready to Spread Managed Democracy, New Helldivers 2 Players Incoming as Sony Lifted the Ban on Some Regions," and here is what they report. Something is finally happening. Devoted Helldivers 2 players have noticed that Sony has lifted the controversial ban on more than 40 regions. Helldivers worldwide hope that this was just a start and that the regions still under the ban will soon be able to join the Second Galactic War. So, when did this happen? Well, the report continues further down. On January 21st, a change was made to the list of purchase-restricted regions. More than 40 regions were removed from the list, leaving around 130 regions still locked out. Although that's a strong start, many players are still left out. Now, this is also stoking the fires of hope that the suggested Helldiver cape that showed the downvote bar graph from Steam, that will finally end up in the game. Now, I was strongly against the requirement at the time. I basically said, since you turned it off in the beginning, it created unusual circumstances. And since then, I have been even more vocal about requiring this in single-player games and why I don't think that Sony should be doing that. Now, I'm glad to see that not only the requirement was removed from Helldivers and that blocked regions are also getting unlocked, I hope they continue then to remove those locks in the regions that are currently still not able to play. And related to this, PlayStation announced that later this year, their games on Steam will not require PSN, but it will become optional. I'm going to have a more lengthy breakdown video on that tomorrow. It's going to be about how PlayStation bent the knee and why this is how I said they should do it and how they should handle it. It's literally a suggestion that I made last year when all of this broke. The good news is that the consumers and the players and their voices are being heard, and this is the result that is better for everyone. It's not just better for the people that want to play Helldivers, it's better for anybody who wants to play the single-player games. It's better for the sales. I remember when Tsushima was announced for PC, when Returnal was announced for PC, I got excited. Those are games that I really loved. I wanted to see more people share in that experience and also support the game and the studio and the devs. It helps increase funding for future projects as well as it just builds more confidence and solidity in those franchises and in those games. I don't like seeing anything put between the community or the players and the games that I think are great. So again, there'll be a more lengthy video about that. And anytime I upload a video like this, I want to hear your thoughts. I kind of give my thoughts, I give you the quick news rundown, but I want to see those comments below. What do you think about this? Are you jumping back in? There were a lot of people that did not take this too kindly. And as always, please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe.